The American dream is moving again, but this time it's heading north. For 30 years, Florida and Arizona were the undisputed kings of growth, beckoning millions with the promise of low taxes, eternal sunshine, and affordable housing. But as of March 2026, the numbers tell a different story. The U-Hauls are lined up, but they aren't coming in, they're leaving. In Florida, the cost of simply owning a home has become a luxury few can afford. In Arizona, the desert is finally pushing back against the skyscrapers. This is the story of the great Sunbelt exodus, the moment the math stopped working. To understand why Florida is losing its grip, you have to look past the beaches and into the mailboxes of every homeowner in the state. The real reason isn't the heat, it's the homeowner's insurance collapse of 2026. For years, experts warned that the insurance market was a house of cards. In 2026, that card tower fell. Following a series of unnamed tropical storms in late 2025 that caused record flooding in non-coastal areas, major carriers have effectively abandoned the state. The average annual premium for a modest single-family home in Florida has hit a staggering $11,500. In areas like Cape Coral and Fort Lauderdale, premiums have surpassed the $20,000 mark. For the middle class, the teachers, the nurses, and the retirees on fixed incomes, this is a mathematical dead end. When your insurance payment is higher than your principal and interest combined, your home is no longer an asset, it's a liability. We're seeing a hidden foreclosure crisis, where people aren't losing their homes to the bank, but to the bill. As a result, Florida's brain drain has accelerated. The very people required to keep the state's economy running can no longer afford to live in the path of the storm. While Florida struggles with too much water in the wrong places, Arizona is facing the opposite, a total water bankruptcy. For nearly a century, the Phoenix metro area grew on the back of the Colorado River and deep aquifer pumping. But the 2026 Water Compact, a desperate renegotiation between western states, has finally pulled the plug. The reality hit home in early 2026 when the state government officially halted new building permits for any development that couldn't prove a 100-year water supply. This effectively froze the construction industry, which is the backbone of the Arizona economy. Without new homes, the affordability that drew millions to Phoenix and Buckeye has vanished. But it's not just about new homes. Existing residents are seeing Tier 3 water pricing. Utility bills that were once $50 a month are now $400. Agriculture in the Pinal County region has almost entirely collapsed, turning once green fields into dust bowls that fuel massive haboobs or dust storms that paralyze the city. People aren't just leaving for better jobs, they are leaving because they are afraid that one day they will turn on the tap and nothing will come out. Beyond the specific crises of insurance and water, there is a broader phenomenon driving the 2026 exodus: climate inflation. In Arizona, the summer of 2025 broke every record, with 60 consecutive days over 110 degrees Fahrenheit. The urban heat island effect has turned Phoenix into a concrete oven that never cools, even at night. The cost of electricity to keep a home at a livable temperature has surged by 40% in just 2 years. In Florida, king tide flooding is no longer a news event, it's a Tuesday morning commute. Residents in Miami and Tampa are spending thousands on flood mitigation, lifting houses, installing industrial-grade pumps, and repairing saltwater damage to vehicles. The Sunbelt discount has been replaced by a Sunbelt surcharge. People are realizing that the $2,000 they saved in state income tax is being eaten alive by $10,000 in extra cooling, water, and insurance costs. So, where is this exodus heading? The data from the first quarter of 2026 shows a clear trend toward climate havens and the new Rust Belt. States like North Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia are the primary beneficiaries of the Florida flight. They offer a Sunbelt light experience, warmer weather than the North, but without the catastrophic insurance premiums of the Gulf Coast. Even more surprising is the resurgence of the Midwest. Cities like Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Grand Rapids, Michigan are seeing a massive influx of former Arizona and Florida residents. Why? Because these cities sit on the largest supply of fresh water in the world, the Great Lakes. In 2026, water security has become the new low taxes. People are trading palm trees for stability and swimming pools for fresh water. The Great Migration of the 20th century was about moving to where the jobs were. The Great Migration of 2026 is about moving to where the resources are. Florida and Arizona are not going to become ghost towns, but they are undergoing a fundamental transformation. They are transitioning from middle-class meccas to elite enclaves. In 2026, if you are wealthy enough to self-insure your home and pay for private water delivery, the Sunbelt remains a paradise. But for the average American family, the math simply no longer adds up. The exodus we are witnessing today is a warning to the rest of the country. It proves that growth cannot outrun geography forever. As we look at the quiet streets and the for sale signs across Phoenix and Miami, we are seeing the end of an era. The Sunbelt dream isn't dead, but for thousands of families packing their trucks today, it's a dream they can no longer afford to have.